Dice Roll, the Queerest Pathfinder Podcast on the planet, where it's a hard questions like, why are there humans on Golarion?
All of them are from Russia.
No, okay, because hear me out, right?
Uh-huh.
Earth exists in the world of, like, in the universe of Pathfinder, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you traveled far enough, you will get to Earth. The Baba Yaga is from Earth. Grigory Rasputin was from Earth, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Humans are from Earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we evolved this way for a very specific reason, right? Like, we were hominids, we started standing up on two legs so we could see over tall grass to see predators coming, then we evolved into endurance runners, and it became a whole thing, and we evolved good brains to recognize patterns, and suddenly we invented computers. We electrocuted rocks into speaking to us.
Aren't there, like, creation myths?
Yes, and that's
maybe one of those is literally true.
But
maybe one of the gods saw Earth and was like, I want that.
But here's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
The gods didn't make people.
That's true.
It was the fucking Aboleth. The reason that people exist is the Aboleth made them. Humanity in Golarion are a experiment by evil fish people that got out of hand and eventually...
and now they're all gay.
And now they're all gay, which is really inconvenient for the Aboleth, right?
Yeah.
So, like...
Maybe the Aboleth saw Earth.
And that's why Starfall happened, by the way. The Aboleth were like, okay, we gotta fucking get rid of these guys because they're a little too good at everything, actually.
Oopsies.
So there is no evolution of humanity in Golarion. Like, there's no records of there being hominids.
Mm-hmm.
So how come there's people? Why are humans the exact same as they are on distant Earth on Golarion as they are here, where the little fishmen were like, let's just make some fucking guys? How did this happen?
It's a really good question.
That's why it's a hard question. I want you to all answer this for me.
I think it's just a funny little coinky-dink, and we can all kiss about it.
The Aboleth were like, oh man, that already existed?
Fuck.
Oh man.
God damn it, too late.
It could be that, like, the Aboleth took hominids and, like, genetically advanced them, and that's just kind of the end result no matter what.
Maybe it's like carcinization.
Hang on!
Oh, yeah.
How the fuck are there horses on Golarion?
Don't worry about that.
Don't fucking think about it.
Sorry,
right?
humans are one thing. How the fuck did horses happen? Because, like, they weren't created by the Aboleth.
Don't worry about it.
What about monkeys?
Oh, wait. Horses are the origin.
What the fuck are you...
They're the original.
Are you saying Earth horses came from Golarion?
I'm saying all horses everywhere came from one place, and I'm not quite sure how to answer that without scaring myself too badly.
The answer is whales, by the way.
Same thing as a horse.
Mm-hmm. Horse whales, they're the same.
Yes.
Do we want to play some fucking Pathfinder? This is getting existential.
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay. When we last left our adventurers in the Abomination Vaults, the Fogfen Few battled alongside Otari Ilvashti in the bottom of the dungeon. They teamed up against a set of awful will-o-wisps, and then, once they had dispelled them, they spoke with the ghost of the original Roseguard Rose. Otari told them the truth. There's something deeper in the Abomination Vaults. The ghost of Belcora still lives just as he does, and she has some awful plan deep in the dungeon to ruin the city of Absalom. Otari asked the three of you to take up arms and defeat Belcora, to which you all gladly accepted. In return, he gifted you his relic, the Kaelan key, a special key which can unlock any door, and granted the wielder the powers of luck and shadow, which Ulrich Revra held on to. You were told that to descend deeper into the dungeon, you would need relics from all those who bested Belcora. So, one item from the rest of the Roseguard. The Rosa Aurea, the scimitar of Volrajani. The dove brooch, the holy symbol of Aesafana Menhims. The Thresholds of Truth, Zarmavdian's spellbook. The three of you will have to seek out these relics and use them to gain access into the vaults as a whole. After leaving, you found yourselves wandering a never-ending staircase and found yourself into a secret room, the private sanctum of Belcora. Alas, it was not empty, for it was inhabited by a void glutton, an amalgamation of monstrous will-o-wisps which seeped out and attempted to kill you all. Through luck, clever planning, and a bit of wellspring magic, the three of you were able to escape your lives and shakily exited the dungeon, just in time to begin planning for a double date with Evanwyr Cancilier.
And so, we're going to hop into character. Fellas, are we ready to go on the highly anticipated double date?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay. The sun is just about to set. Ulrich, Silk, and Fiore. The three of you were able to go home, relax and refresh, and then dress up for your totally platonic double date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will be meeting at the Otari Fishery, which, yes, it is a fishery, but they do have a little restaurant inside, which serves some of the best seafood in Otari. Other than, of course, the Crook's Nook, but that's not really date location. It's more of a lunch place anyway.
Yeah.
Evanwyr Cancilier is already inside. And we'll get to describing how he is in a second. But I want to ask, as 6 p.m. comes, who arrives first and how is everyone dressed?
Well, I do know Fiore would show up first.
Yeah, Fiore arrives half an hour early.
Then he walks away, and he comes back, and he's 20 minutes early, and he walks away.
God.
He's How is Fiore dressed? I'm sure Mama and Papa... Well, Mama and Mumi would like to dress you up very
Don't
special.
be saying that!
Mumi?
Sounds so lame.
What's wrong with Mumi?
Alright, babe.
So mean to me.
Pretty
What is
good.
Fiore wearing? How is he dressed?
They can
Cute.
successfully get a cape onto him and shinier armor, but then he's gonna get insecure and he starts refusing.
So that's as far as they got.
They're trying, and he's like, no.
They're like, but look, your helmet, it has a plume on it.
I'm not wearing that. I'm not wearing it. I'm not
Fiore.
gonna do that.
Fiore. Chicks dig plumes.
He's not a chick.
Well, the way he acts sometimes is rather effeminate.
You can't say that.
You ask him at some point if he would have dug a plume, and I guarantee he will have said yes, he would love to have seen a plume.
I'm not wearing a plume.
It's your funeral.
It's a date, and it's a platonic date.
The two of them exchange a look, and Vandy says, I remember my first platonic date.
He turns around 180 degrees.
So, are you letting Dem dress you up?
He's certainly letting them help.
Okay. Because I think the armor they would probably choose for you, rather than your kind of worn armor, I think is probably more, like, ceremonial. Not really good for combat. I'm imagining a lot of gold and white.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too ostentatious. You're not, like, turning heads. It's just a lot shinier than you would usually dress.
Oh, yeah, don't worry.
You got a lovely gold cape on. I think that's the most audacious part of this.
He's very insecure about it.
And I assume you do not take a plume.
No.
Well, who arrives second? Who's next?
I think you already know who arrives last.
This fucking guy. Ulrich. Ulrich, you arrive second not because you necessarily are aiming to is just fucking Silk. Whenabouts do you arrive, and how are you dressed?
I think Ulrich arrives like only a few minutes, only like a couple minutes late.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because they were kind of fussing over their clothes on their way here. And almost backtracking a couple times, like, am I sure this is fine? No, this is fine. I'm overthinking it. Gonna keep going. A few blocks later, but...
Oh no! Ulrich, what is he wearing? Because I assume the hood is going to be part of the picture, unless you have like a special hood.
The hood is kind of part of the picture. It's just been washed, and it looks sort of like a... You know how some hoods are like, it shows off one arm and then the other one's kind of covered?
Oh!
Yeah,
it's
that. He doesn't have like his leather vest on today.
Mhm.
It's, I would say sort of about the same, like, brown as his armor, but it's a really nice embroidered, like, vest this time. A clean button-up instead of his usual, like, poofy blouse that he wears. Nicer boots that doesn't have a knife strap to it, you know.
He doesn't bring the boot knife to the date?
He probably thinks it's not necessary.
Generally, yeah, it's not necessary to bring a boot knife to a date.
I want to say it almost looks like there's almost nothing changed, but he definitely still looks fancier.
I fucking love him. Ulrich, you arrive and Fiore is pacing nearby. Ivanwer is probably inside already. You two are able to chat for a while. So, how late do you show up?
Oh, a fashionable 15 to 30 minutes late.
Do you guys fucking wait for him outside?
No. Fiore gets to about 5 minutes late and is like, we have to go inside. Oh my god.
Yeah, let's go.
Ulrich, this is the most fucking... You saw Fiore stressed about Wellspring magic. You saw Fiore barely clinging to life after being shot through the heart by a beam of dark magic. This is the most nervous you have ever seen Fiore.
Yeah, that's true.
After everything, I think Ulrich is a little surprised. But they're doing their best to be supportive anyway.
He looks like he's gonna tear his hair out.
God.
And Silk, you arrived 15 minutes late. We don't have to ask what you're wearing. It's fine. We'll move on.
Bitch!
God, that was so
Sounded
genuine.
so offended.
What the fuck?
Go ahead.
Everyone flame this cunt.
Go ahead. Tell me. What is he wearing? Yeah, you may. I'll allow it
Fucking
this
may
time.
I? Alright. Silk looks better than everyone in the building. I'm sorry. There's parts to this. His outerwear is just fucking glamorous. There's, like, ruffles. There's a skirt that opens on the side, and beneath it you can see that he's wearing very, like, nice, like, lace-up, like, fancy boots, and tucked into them are these really, really pretty, like, billowy pants that go up to his hips. His little, like, capelet that flows behind him. It's a different one that he usually wears, of course. It's much fancier. I think that he's wearing a ponytail to the side.
Interesting.
He's tied it to the side, and it's curled more in ringlets than his usual very beautiful natural waves. But I don't think that he's wearing a hat.
Interesting.
Usually he does wear his nice, like, wizard hat because he loves it so dearly, and he thinks that it's so cute and charming. But I think that he's gone hatless for the evening. He does have a little hair accessory on the side of his head, but I think he's wearing silver tonight rather than blue and gold. I think it's a deep dark blue and silver.
Very nice.
He walks inside, and that's when this this outfit has two parts because he removes his coat and he's got kind of a suit. The way that like his pants reach up, there's like suspenders on it that reach up, and there's like a very short vest that like buttons in the middle and like in a V shape, and he's got like a very pretty ascot, and his shirt, of course, is gorgeous and billowing. But he walks in and he's just a vision.
Ulrich, make a will save.
Okay. Will save.
Damn. That is what your internal monologue manifests. You are a bard. You are a student of literature, of stories. You have heard tales so beautiful they could make a man cry. You have seen sights and pondered thoughts that are so awe-inspiring that it is genuinely impossible to describe them. And when you see Silk enter, the word that comes into your head is damn.
Valid.
Really funny.
As you all enter, as Silk, you enter, you see Fiore and Ulrich are already at a little table. There's not many tables in here. It's not a huge restaurant, but it's the only one Otari has.
Yeah.
Or rather, it's the best one. It's the one that isn't also a tavern.
It's the one he doesn't
He's
work.
way
It's the
overdressed
one-
for this.
Yeah,
It's the one that it's the one that Evanward doesn't work at.
Yeah. And as you enter, and there's Fiore, there's Ulrich, and there's Evanwer. Evanwer is wearing his regular clothes.
He's so funny.
He is smiling broadly as you enter, and he looks all three of you and says, "Is this like something that you all decided in the dungeon together?"
No. Mm-mm. I'm gonna kill myself. No.
No, you look amazing. I just, I would have worn my vest. I don't really have many other nice clothes because, tavern salary. It's not, incredible, but maybe I should do some adventuring. I didn't realize that we all came really early, Mrs. Silk.
Oh, well, I wouldn't put it past you. I completely forgive you for being much earlier than me.
Yeah, I'm sure. Come on, sit.
Oh, thank you. All look dashing tonight.
You're telling me.
So do you.
Come over next time. My wardrobe is multitudinous.
I'm sure. And it kind of
Still sits right next to fucking Ulrich.
You guys all order some food. It's mostly seafood, with a few local produce from the farmers. You all begin eating, of course. And Evanwer kind of looks up and says, "So, Fogfen Few, local celebrities. Busted any werewolves out of a decades-old hideaway today?"
Oh my god. Fiore for a second is he thinks and he's like, oh my god.
Is that right? You all good?
Yeah.
Not today, but a few days ago.
Yeah, but now, I said this, and then all of you went, really quiet for a second, so now I'm like, what did you find down there? I gotta know. You can trust me, I won't tell anyone. He lies.
I don't believe that.
What you mean, Fiore? I keep our secrets.
It's not you, it's the secret.
He, squints.
Otari?
Yeah, the town.
No.
Obviously, I know the town. I live here.
No. I mean, I know you know who Otari is, but
Oh, the guy! Right, wasn't it named
Yes.
after a guy or something?
yes.
The man, the myth, the legend.
The guy.
Yeah, he was like a wizard or something, right?
No. He was a rogue.
Ulrich says with the skeleton key tucked in their shirt.
You took it with you, of course, just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case.
We found the ghost of him.
What?
He's down there.
No way.
Yeah.
Yes way.
Wow.
I had no idea that there was a town.
Let alone a town named after him.
Mm-hmm.
That's... Evander's eyes are, like, wide, and he's, like, looking around. And he's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know much about the guy, but, like, that's big, right?
I mean, yeah. It's
huge.
He kind of leans back and says, Atari is a ghost. Huh.
You should have seen how starstruck these two were.
Yeah? He looks at both of you.
I mean, you read about the man in books from a long time ago. It's hard not to be.
Oh, I understand. I just thought it was funny.
So, like, huh.
I just hope it didn't come off as too weird.
No, it was cute.
He...
Good
But
to
he
know.
is down there, and he's very bored.
I mean, yeah, it's been like, what? Like, 500 years, right? I know, because it was the 500
Almost
festival.
exactly.
Like, okay. Wow, that's, like, I don't know a whole lot about, like, local history, to be honest. But, like, that seems like a big deal, right?
You didn't pay attention in class?
I mean, he shrugged. I was more interested in boys, to be honest.
That weird.
Listen, we could spend all day talking about my exes, but we're not going to because I would be here all day. So, outside of adventuring, how are you three doing? Like, how's what's new with you all?
Well, we have been adventuring more, I can say that.
Yeah, but like,
Basically, all I've been doing is adventuring.
yeah, but you've been coming down to the pub every night and saying hi, and I do appreciate that.
Oh, is that where you go?
And then I go home.
Every night.
You come most nights. Well, let's talk about you two, Silk and Ulrich.
I'm sad to say not much is new.
Well, that's not what I've heard, honestly.
And what have you heard?
Well,
Tell
I've just heard a couple of times about people seeing Ulrich entering your huge mansion, Silk. A couple of times, several days in a row, even. For like several hours, even at a time.
I don't know about several days in a row. Evanway, what are you
was.
getting onto?
I'm just saying, it's really interesting that you two have been visiting each other so much.
Evanway, I think it's interesting that you're turning the topic off of you and Fiore.
Ulrich
I think
is sipping his wine, almost chugging it.
I think it's interesting that you're trying to turn it off me back
I
on.
think it's interesting that you're getting defensive about it, darling.
And now
Doesn't
you're
suit you.
getting defensive right back.
Oh,
Ulrich, you should slow down with your drinking. You're gonna get sick.
My family works in a vineyard. I've done this many times before.
Make a fortitude save.
Oh god.
I will give you a +2 to the save.
Okay.
I will give you a +2 to the save. Oh, fuck, you're fine. Holy shit, you're really good at this. Oh my god.
oh my god.
Yeah, yeah, okay. That's happening in the background. These two are being catty. I think Evanwer says, no, it's just like, I heard like you two have known each other for maybe like 2 weeks now, and like week 1, I had a friend say that he saw you going in, Ulrich, to the house, and then like 2 days later you were in again. Like, you've been spending almost as much time at Silks as you are doing the job with Mayor Menheim's.
Well, Ulrich, would you like to put away any salacious rumors about us?
There was some things we needed to research, and
Research?
it's from the dungeon, yes.
You're making it sound dirty. We were looking about clues about what was her name? An old god.
he blinks one eye at a time, then continues. Well, Fiore was telling me about some holding one another in arms, healing one another after dangerous encounters.
Say that much?
You did. You said that there were times where Silk would be injured and Ulrich would be holding him and whispering soothes into his ear. Is that true? I want to know if that's
used
true.
a soothe spell.
Does soothe require physical touch?
Things get tricky down the dungeon, and all you can do is cast spells and wear no armor.
Well, I'm not much of a spellcasting type myself.
Oh, you're not?
No,
Was that about you playing with wands before?
That's an out of character laugh. He would not laugh at that.
I thought
Well,
you were very experienced.
yes, well, trick magic item is a feat that allows non-caster to use wands very well.
I think you're speaking out of a book, my friend.
One can get practice and usage out of wands without necessarily dabbling in the arcane.
I suppose.
I'm not particularly ashamed about admitting that I do know how to play my games.
Oh, I know you're not.
Mm.
Anyways.
Fiora looks like he's gonna pass out for real.
Ulrich visits, yes. That's normal with friends. I dare to say that I'm sad that neither of you have visited.
Well, you've not invited me. Oh,
Well.
you did just invite me a little bit about fashion. Yeah.
I quite literally did earlier in this conversation.
Silk, I have been to your house.
When did you get to my house?
I took you home with Ulrich that night that you were really, really drunk.
Oh.
Silk tilts his head.
You were really, really drunk, and we took you home, and you were falling around, and I had to pick you up, and it was,
Right.
Yeah.
No use talking about that.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Most fascinating, may I just say.
Silk looks just a little embarrassed.
Yay, he wins! Unless you can turn this back on him. Silk.
Yeah.
I want you, Silk, to make me a diplomacy check to see if you have managed to pick up any rumors that might help you
I
in
haven't
this
heard much
exact moment.
rumors. I would like to fucking call upon my rumor knowledge.
Yeah.
What
Shove
have I
back
heard
in
from
a
Morlaplint?
Yeah, okay, you know what? Maury would fucking gossip like there's no tomorrow, so I will give you a +1 on this check.
Okay.
Silk. Morlabint has also spoken. I think Morlabint knows Evanware, not true magic and books, because I don't think Evanware is particularly interested in that. More just, I think that they go to a lot of the same spaces, right? Which is code for they're both queer.
Yeah.
Like, actively. I think you recall, Silk, Morlabint being like,
That Mr. Sunchaser, while he's a lovely boy, I fear that his companion is something of a, how shall we say, boor. Let's just say that their people spotted them, and they're not official by any means, but people did spot them entering a little alleyway, just hidden away out of sight, not too far from the temple, and then coming back out 10 minutes later, and that was a dead end. So you make of that what you will.
Oh my.
God.
And also they walk on the beach a lot, but that seems regular for someone who lives on the beach, so.
Okay.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Are you enjoying that
Silk puts down his utensils, and he takes a napkin and he wipes his mouth so daintily, and he puts it down. And he crosses his legs on the table, and he looks at Fiora, and he looks at Evanware, and he says, I know you two hang out a lot. Maybe you could tell me what kind of places you guys frequent, where you have fun.
one? The marketplace?
Is that all?
The beach?
Because I could have sworn I heard that you guys hung around a specific alleyway from time to time. Is that right?
How is Fiore? Before I go on to Evanwer, how does Fiore react to that? Was that an in-character sound? How is Fiore?
Oh, that was an in-character sound. That was an in-character sound, and then Fiore gives Silk a look. It's a very intense look.
Silk looks at Fiore and, like, blows a kiss.
He looks like he wants to kill him.
He blinks as I'm sure I don't know what you could possibly mean. He elbows Fiore.
Who knows? Maybe I'm talking nonsense.
Maybe you are.
Maybe.
He is smiling. He's not like mad. He's like, you that is better ammo than I had, and I'm mad about it. And I think you guys keep talking for a while, and
I think after that, Silk actually is turning his attention towards Ulrich.
Yeah.
And I think just to like end out that conversation, Silk is like, either way, this food is really good. Ulrich, why don't you try? And he literally tries to feed Ulrich.
oh my god.
Girl.
Ulrich, a little pink in the face, goes, sure, why not? And goes for it.
Silk lovingly feeds Ulrich salmon.
Fiore looks at Evanwer, and it's the look that goes, oh my god.
Evanwer turns back to you, Fiore, and says, why don't you ever do that for me? You never feed me, Fiore.
But you've never asked for that.
So I wanted you to intuit that I need to be fed. I'm a big boy. I need to be fed sometimes.
Lord.
Do it.
I'm autistic.
He beams, and I think you guys do chat for a while, and I think you all do get on pretty well with Evanwer. I think Evanwer
so well.
I think Ulrich, probably you would have known Evanwer. I think you maybe might have known him longer than Fiore, though not necessarily in a like. You might have known him longer than Fiore, but you might have known him less well than Fiore, if that makes sense, right? Like the Drunken Dragon, he and his family have been working there for a while. Like, I think maybe his dad worked there before them. And Jenny is definitely a family friend, you know? Jenny Rumwald probably has worked a lot with the Raver family for a while. But I think this is your first time getting a proper hangout with him. Like, you were both each other's age. You probably were, like, in class together when you were young. But this is your first time, like, properly, like, rekindling that relationship at all. And you know what? I think he is very much so into the same kind of music as you. I think at some point the topic of music comes up, and he is very enthusiastic about like lute music.
Oh, okay.
I think he actually does say. I actually mentioned it earlier, but Maya Menheim's. Is it true that you're doing like teaching for Doriana?
Yeah. Teaching her how to play a lute.
That's very nice. I heard that she wasn't really open to learning new things like that. You must have a very good rapport with her.
I suppose I seem so.
How's she doing? Because have you been like visiting her? How's that been going?
I've been trying to visit at least once or twice a week, just for a couple hours in the evening. She's been getting along pretty well. She's picking up fairly quickly.
That's fantastic to hear, genuinely. She's a lovely girl, you know? And I'm glad she's picking up something. I've only spoke to her a few times. She's not very talkative, but...
No, she's not. But it is good to see her progress.
Yeah. Oh, she's an angel, and I'm glad that you're getting on well with her. And I think, yeah, you guys just have a really nice night together, you know? And considering the day you had, I think it kind of ends things on a warmer note, like reminding you all that, hey, the dungeons are scary, but in the end, there is a reason we're fighting for Otari, and it's for moments like this. As the date ends, and you all pay, and everything's lovely, and you make your way out, I think Evanor waves you guys off, and either Fiore, you can come with him, or you can stay and chat with Silk and Ulrich, whatever you like.
I mean, Fiore does want to, like, talk to Evanor and stuff.
Okay. So I think Fiore and Evanor, you make your way off. Ulrich and Silk, you two are left alone together.
I do it for the people.
How are you two doing?
Silk's got his coat on again by now. I imagine they're like standing outside. I think that as they kind of watch Fiore and Evanor walk off together, Silk just kind of smiles at Ulrich and just goes, "So?" And then there were two.
And then there were two. It was fun. It was nice.
It was. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
I did. Good food, good company, and a nice way to end the day, I suppose.
Certainly. Much better than staying at home. Speaking of, I'll walk you.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Well, no need to be so awkward. I think Silk literally holds out an arm for Ulrich to take.
Ulrich clears their throat, and I think through the shyness gives Silk a genuine, like, smile and takes his arm.
Oh.
Silk starts to walk Ulrich home. I'm gonna kill myself, sorry. I love that.
That's really cute. The two of you walk down the streets, make your way back into the woods for Silk to bring Ulrich home after your first date together. Platonic.
Platonic. I think as Silk drops Ulrich off before he walks off, I think that as they kind of say goodbye, because I think Silk a little bit gets cold feet, but I think that genuinely last second as they kind of are parting, I think Silk kind of grabs onto Ulrich's hand and says, "Just wait 1 second. Just to make my intentions clear, I'd like for you to know me better. So perhaps another time, just you and I could have a day."
Ulrich's eyes widen a bit. They don't stop looking at Silk, but they clear their throat and smile. I'd love that. That sounds nice. I think it would be great to get to know each other better.
Good. He's like smiling really hard, I think. He's kind of tugging at his hair. And he clears his throat and he's like, "Well, then, see you tomorrow, right? Or the day after, whenever we go back."
Yeah, see you then.
Toodles. And he starts to walk back.
Stay safe.
He waves behind him. He's red in the face walking off. That's why he does not turn around.
And I want to ask, how is Ulrich doing after that? How is Ulrich doing as Silk fucking scampers back down the path home?
I think Ulrich makes sure that Silk at least leaves the area safely. He doesn't turn around until Silk is like out of sight. And then he has time to think about what just happened. And the train of thought is, hang on. Did he just ask? And I said...
I said yes is crazy.
Ulrich has his hands in prayer motion, like touching his lips, just...
I know exactly the face.
Okay. Alright. Okay. But in the midst of him kind of like... Not exactly like freaking out, but getting hit with the reality of what just happened, he is still smiling. And kind of laughing to himself a bit. But he has time to collect himself, still smiling though, as he makes it back into his house, is likely bombarded by his parents. But I think he is smiling and looking forward to the next day.
I have to kill myself.
That's so good. So you skip home, passing by somewhere in the woods, the disturbed burrow of a rabbit.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Was he able to visit the temple today, actually, about that?
Yeah, I think you'll be able to. And I think you're like, I think you're definitely able to pop down afterwards to get that dealt with, hopefully. But Fiore, you're walking home with Evanwer.
Mm-hmm.
And Fiore, Evanwer is walking alongside you and says, "Can you believe the nerve of Silk? Who told him?
I don't know.
Are you alright?"
Yeah, I'm just embarrassed.
It's alright. And I think Evanwer is walking alongside you and you make small talk. But like, I think what's more interesting maybe than what you're saying is what both of you are not saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Evanwer has not, at this point, asked you out yet, and that's something that you're both aware of.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason being, I think, is something maybe... Is that something you want to talk about?
I mean...
Evanwer has not asked you out because he does not know that you're actually necessarily into him. And more importantly than that, he's just a lowly barkeeper, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the brave paladin wanted to be something serious, he would ask, right? So just be patient and wait. And one day his prince will come, and Fiore will... If Fiore wants to be with Evanwer, then surely Fiore will ask. And it would be presumptuous of Evanwer to make the first move, right? That's what's on his mind.
Mm-hmm.
And as Fiore Evanwer is making this small talk with you, what is on Fiore's mind?
Fiore is really, really shy. He thinks that because Evanwer hasn't asked him, that it would be, way too, it would be way too forward to ask. And if Evanwer really wants to date him, he'll ask. Because he's so popular that there's probably other guys that probably like him more anyway.
God.
That he likes more anyway.
No.
So both of you are kind of like, even though at this point you have had a drunken encounter or two.
Yep.
One must imagine two Sisyphus.
Yeah, there's two Sisyphuses, and they're both rolling the same boulder in the opposite direction.
God.
And both of you are waiting on each other, and even though, like I said, you've had encounters, right? That's the one that one of Evanwer's sources ratted him out on, evidently. But it's probably nothing serious, right? Like, the other person did make the first move, because in this situation, they're the one who would have to, right?
Yup.
As you're walking along, though, Evanwer kind of smiles and says, I really like your friends, Fiore.
You do?
Yeah, I mean, I know Ulrich, but, like...
Yeah.
I've not, me and him, we haven't really been... we're not, like, to kick his teeth or anything, But he's great, and I really connected with him today. And Silk, obviously, he's fun.
Yeah, he is.
And I suppose I want to say thank you for letting me get this close as well.
Of course.
I wish I was able to do some adventuring, because, it'd be nice to... And I think he kind of tilts his head. It would be nice to be the one healing you when your wounds are hurt.
Well, maybe I could take you on a little adventure, if you wanted, sometime.
Evanwer looks at you and smiles and nods and says, I do think I'd like that, actually. And he kind of gestures and says, I'll walk you home.
Sure.
And you guys are making your way home. When, Fiore, you see something.
Mm-hmm.
There's someone on the beach looking off at the temple.
Is he still with...
Evanwer, yeah.
Fiore's like... Evanwer, do you see that guy?
Yeah, isn't that... the blacksmith? Rajani?
What?
And indeed, Carmen is there. Just kind of standing on the beach, looking at the temple. Back to you guys.
Should I say something to him?
I don't know. Just kind of... I mean, he's fit, don't get me wrong. But,
I get you. But he's... I don't know, I told you about that weird interaction I had with him.
yeah, is he holding something?
Fiore has his sword always.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think he puts a hand gently on it. He's not pulling it out. He's just got it on it. And he approaches. He's like, you stay behind me, okay? I don't know what's up with him.
Okay. He gently follows you. And when you get to Carmen, he kind of swirls around at you and is like, oh, hey, Sun Chaser.
Hi.
Kind of points at you, swaying a little bit, and you can see in his hand what the thing is an empty bottle.
Oh. He takes his hand off of his sword. He goes, what are you doing here?
Just going for a walk, Sun Chaser.
A little drunk?
Is it a crime to be drunk?
No. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, just seeing the sights. I'm gonna get going. Look, you two lovely men, have a lovely night. Okay. And almost just as quick as that, he's like stumbling away.
That was weird. I think,
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know. He was drunk in front of the temple?
Yeah, like it's one thing to like get drunk on the beach, but like staring at the temple, like at night, like look, it's dark out now. Come on, man. If you're gonna get drunk on the beach, do it on noon under the sun, preferably in a skimpy swimsuit. Look, I'm just saying he's fit, okay?
Oh my god.
You okay? You're not like weirded out by that?
Well, I am weirded out by it, but I'm trying to decide if I should figure out what's going on now. I've tried to talk to him, but he doesn't listen to me.
Fiore, I know you love saving lost causes. That's why you're friends with Silk.
He's a lost cause. He's lovely. He just likes. He's just playful.
Yeah, point is, Carmen Rajani, kind of a douchebag.
Yeah, but everyone's a douchebag for a reason.
Some people are just like that. Some of them are just pricks.
Yeah, but
I mean, the election results, you know, they came out yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
mean, like, I don't think it's a surprise to tell you he didn't win.
Yeah.
Maybe he just is upset that he lost and came looking for you. Because you're his best buddy and the only person in town who can stand him. Do you know he got banned from the Crook's Nook a few months ago? Yes, he did, by the way.
Why?
Because he started a fucking tavern brawl. Who does that? That might fly in Absalom, but we're civilized here. Anyway, I don't know. He's strange.
I'll try to talk to him. I'm just kind of worried about him.
Yeah. I'm not, to be honest.
You don't have to be.
Look, I'm gonna head home now. You get home. Take it easy, okay?
Mm-hmm. You get home safe.
He pauses and then leans in and kisses your forehead.
Yeah, okay, I explode.
He is turning around very fast and like striding away into the streets.
His face is redder than usual. He turns back and he walks really fast back into the temple.
Your moms are waiting outside.
No one.
Your moms are waiting outside.
He goes, "Oh my god!"
Vandy and Rumina. Rumina has her arms folded, and Vandy's kind of clapping a little bit, saying, "Hi, Fiore."
Hi.
Rumina looks at the retreating silhouette. She looks at you and says, "You should have gone with the plume."
What do you mean?
A plume would have got you more than a forehead.
I don't need that. I don't need that.
Vandy smiles. Oh, I'm sure. Silk, you arrive a little bit later, and Vandy is able to use her Cleanse Affliction on you today. So she's going to make a secret check using her spellcasting modifier against your curse to see if she's able to reduce that at all.
You get there and Fiore's like, "Hi." He's like, "It's just nice to see my friend."
And Silk, when you get home, I want you to make me another will save, please. I mean, there's no way she would have completely removed it.
Oh, I know.
One way or another.
I'm so fully aware.
Interesting.
Okay.
Silk, you don't wake up somewhere you do not intend to be. But you don't feel massively relieved either.
Mm-hmm.
One of you succeeded, and one of you failed. So instead of going down 2 stages, you're going to only go down 1.
Mm-hmm.
So right now you're on stage 3 of the curse.
Okay.
Silk, you take 2d6 void damage, and you will be sickened until you consume raw meat.
Ow, 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 ow. You know what? He eats some raw meat. He's got some cut up.
What kind?
Pork.
Okay.
He's like, might as well, right? Fuck it.
And how much do you eat?
Like half a loin.
No, that doesn't do it.
Fuck off. Alright. He eats the other half?
Still not enough.
He has another half. It's 2.5, or it's 1.5 now.
I think that will do it for now. But Silk, I think you notice something.
Yeah.
The amount you need to eat is getting worse every day.
Great. Silk makes a note about buying some fresh beef later.
Dice Will Roll will return after these messages.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening to another episode of Dice Will Roll. Just a quick one. I want to thank everyone who nominated Dice Will Roll for awards at the Crit Awards this year. The Crit Awards are the Creator Recognition in TTRPG Awards. They're basically a group who are celebrating and recognizing the contributions and achievements of the TTRPG community and everyone who takes part in it. And we were nominated for 2 places, technically. We were nominated as Best Legacy Podcast Award, which means Best Podcast that's been around for more than 2 years. And Best Fan Artist, that would be our very own Luke Draws Things for their piece, The Witch Prince of the Sea, which is an amazing, beautifully colored piece of Sanku from Dice Will Roll, Fits of the Ruby Phoenix. I could not be more pleased or thrilled or ecstatic over these nominations, and I really want to thank everyone who went out of their way to nominate us. I would very humbly request that you guys go ahead and give us a vote. There are some big people in the Legacy Podcast category, and boy, wouldn't it just be swell to go home with that trophy at Gen Con this year. If you've been enjoying Dice Will Roll, if you're a fan, please just follow the link that's in the description of this episode and or Google Crit Awards. Take a look through their voting submission. Votes close on July 7th, so you'll want to act very quick. Hey, take a break. Do it now. Go. You're not doing anything important, right? Probably. Anyway, thank you all so much for being the best audience we could ever ask for. I am constantly blown away by how great you guys are, and I really appreciate it. So go vote for us, and go vote for Luke, because Luke's the best. We love Luke. Thank you all so much, everyone. Have an amazing rest of the day. Enjoy the rest of the episode, and as always, keep it rolling.
We now return to Dice Will Roll.
Morning comes, and I want to ask, before you guys head back into the dungeon, is there anything you intend on doing today? You know that you have to seek out some relics, but you're not going to be able to get one of them until you set out to Absalom. And there's still more of the dungeon to uncover before then. What do you guys want to do? You can probably meet in the Drunken Dragon to discuss this if you like.
Yeah, I know that Silk last time brought up wanting to meet and talk about their game plan, what they're going to do.
Okay. You make your way inside, and I think today it's San who's working the bar, and she looks tired. She had to work all of yesterday with no help, so.
Aww.
But she's working the bar, she serves you all breakfast. How are you all doing?
It's a bad morning.
Yeah?
Yeah. Silk is unhappy with how things are progressing. But I think he'll get to that in a second. He just looks very displeased, is all.
Fury, how are you doing today?
Fury's doing pretty okay. I think he's a little bit distracted, but that's really just because he wants to talk to Carmen a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He's just kind of a little worried about that.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not the most pressing thing, so he's not freaking out.
Okay. And Ulrich, how are you doing?
Ulrich is doing pretty okay.
Yeah, all things considered, you had a pretty good night, all things considered.
Ulrich, I think, is doing pretty fucking well. Dude's happy. I'll say that.
How does this morning go? San comes up to you, says, "Morning, everyone. Usual breakfast."
Yes, please.
Yes.
Right,
thank
fantastic.
you.
Thank you very much. Hope you all had a lovely night out last night. Vanwer was talking all about it. He loved it.
Glad to see he enjoyed himself too.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna Right, for Longturner. And she makes her way towards the Dromar half-orc at the back of the bar.
Silk is like kind of leaned back in his chair and like drumming his fingers against the table. I think he's being just a little bit overdramatic. He doesn't want to talk about this. He doesn't want to talk about it so badly. But I think that he's like, okay, well, we have to get this over with eventually, right?
What?
We need to talk about how we're going to get each relic. And I believe you have a game plan for yours, right?
Oh, I forgot. I need to talk to my parents. Yeah, it's just at the church.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to speak to Mayor Manheems and old Oriana and see if they have any idea of where her brooch is.
Hopefully that one's not too much trouble either.
Hoping so. Doesn't seem like it would be, but you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Both seem easy. So about the third one.
If you are uncomfortable talking about stuff, it's okay.
I am. I'll say it outright. I am uncomfortable talking about it, but I have to tell you regardless because it's important information. So I have to tell both of you that I attend that college.
Huh?
Oh.
Oh, you attended that college?
Present tense. I am
Attend?
still enrolled in the College of Mysteries.
Are you on a break?
You could say that.
Both of you know he's been here for 2 years.
No, hey.
It's 3
Fiora
years.
is
3
Fiora
years.
has never had any kind of post education. He doesn't know how it works. He's like,
Fair.
He did the equivalent of high school and then learned how to use a sword and get powered by God.
Yup. He's like, were you on like a break or like how does that work? I've never gone to college.
Well, technically, I'm studying abroad.
But you're like a city, you're in like a town in the same country.
Yes, it's not uncommon to study in areas just not in Absalom.
Fair.
Several people do it, I'm not the only one. But
Ulrich, you specifically know as well from your time being over, you have not seen anything remotely similar to schoolwork around Silk's house.
yeah.
Fury's like, I have no idea what's happening, but I'll support him.
And you're studying... what?
Anyways, so some further knowledge that is important, specifically to the relic. I may have my own difficulties returning to Absalom, but in terms of locating and possibly loaning out of that book, he like kind of moves his hands circularly. I'm in a standing with the Assembly of Enigmas, who run the college.
That's a good start.
It's a start. I'll give you that. This is so embarrassing. I want to die. My parents are on the board.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Why is that embarrassing?
Usually it wouldn't be, but it just is for reasons. Look, I never wanted to have to tell either of you any of this to begin with, but since it's unfortunately relevant, I feel the need.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. I don't really understand why it would be embarrassing, but I'm not judging you regardless.
It's completely okay, really.
Maybe if I just ignore the embarrassing part, it'll go away and we won't ever have to talk about it.
I highly doubt that if you won't ever have to deal with it, but I mean, if it means anything to you, I really, truly, like, I can't really see something that would make me think any different of you.
I hope you'll keep that in mind.
Silk, I can't lie. I'm serious.
I know, but feelings can change, and saying one thing one day can turn to something different the next. It's not that I don't think you would think differently of me. It's just, it's a lot. It's a lot that I don't exactly love getting into. But either way, you'll find out one way or another, and until then, I will just savor the air of mystery that I keep.
You'll always have mysteries, so
I'm gonna be sweet about it.
that's my problem. I'm sweet about everything.
Ulrich, would you like to make me a bardic lore check?
Okay.
Okay. I think something in your head scratches at the back of your mind for just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard Silk sometimes call himself the Eternal Riddle, and you don't know why, and you don't necessarily think it's prudent to ask, but it's just something that jumps out, the name Eternal Riddle. It's like this conversation, for some reason, reminds you that is a nickname that Silk uses sometimes.
Okay.
That's all. You're not getting any more information than that.
Okay.
It's just something that you remember, like,
Alright.
As you're all sitting there and discussing, something does happen. And it's that Dromar at the back of the building. She kind of gets up and, waving a little bit at San and smiling and laughing, she comes up to you and she towers over your table.
Hello.
Fiora goes, hi.
She is a very big woman. She's like 7 foot tall or thereabouts.
God.
Very muscular. Very. She's very stone butch, right? Mm-hmm. She's one broken tusk and a very carefully maintained ducktail haircut. And she kind of towers over you all.
Hello.
And Silk, to you, this is scary as fuck.
Yeah, Silk was like, oh.
Fiore and Ulrich, though, you know her. This is Esri Longturner. She is the showrunner at the Giant's Wheel, the water wheel, the 30-foot tall water wheel outside of town.
Oh, okay.
For the lumber.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a fucking softie. She's a real softie. She's terrifying to look at, and she acts tough, but she's a golden retriever, you know?
Aw.
Slay.
And she's standing over you and saying, so hey guys, I heard Otari's a ghost.
What?
Is that true? Is that actually true?
Fiora, you need to muzzle that boy.
No.
What boy?
Nothing.
Wait.
Who told you this?
I heard it from Mischief.
Mischief.
Who had
Yeah.
it from...
You know, she's the street druid, the Cambion. The one with the rats.
Who'd
from
she hear it
Crooksnook.
from?
I think she heard it from...
Let's go through the whole list right now.
I think she heard it from the Farmers Guild. The little lady there, Ja Highstepper.
And where the heck did she learn that?
I don't know.
I'm gonna kill him.
I mean, it's all anyone's talking about. Are you serious? Is he actually a ghost?
Ugh. It's no one's business, first of all. No, he's not.
I mean, I think it's the town's business, dude. That's huge.
Ugh.
That's really cool, man.
Yes, yes, he is.
How's he doing?
He's dead.
Mostly bored. Mostly he's bored.
Gosh.
That's huge, though. I mean, like, if we can, like, bring him into town or something, he could be, like, king or whatever, right?
I don't think that's
He's
an option.
not coming to town. He'd like to stay down there.
That sucks. Anyway, hi. She kind of, like, grins at you, Silk, and she offers a big hand. Ezra Longturner. I run the Giant's Wheel.
My goodness. And Silk extends a hand and shakes hers.
You guys are kind of becoming a big deal around town, like the whole adventuring thing.
You think so?
I mean, yeah. Dude, all anyone's talking about is the fact that you guys found Otari's ghost.
Oh, man.
It's like the talk of the town. You should probably, like, tell Mayor Memhines. He's like... that sounds like
At
something
this
that
point,
he'd
I'm
love to
sure
know.
he already knows.
Probably, but, like... the Fogfen Few should probably be the ones to tell him in person. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Look, I just want to ask, you guys do quests, right?
Well,
Depending.
I'm always here to help.
Hey, look, why don't you guys come down to the Giant's Wheel at some point? I might have a little quest for you guys.
Sure.
And she says that she kind of looks up at San, and she doesn't say anything. She just looks up at her, and then looks back at you guys. It's, just not huge.
Okay.
Okay.
And if you, I mean, I've got some good stuff that I can, like, give you as a reward. But, yeah, come down to the Giant's Wheel, come say hi. Me and Norbert will, take care of you. He makes a mean sandwich, dude.
Well, you may tempt us yet.
So, yeah, nice work, adventurers, and, come down to the Giant's Wheel for a quest sometime. And she strides out of there surprisingly fast.
Wow. Well, I guess that's our cue to go visit the Menhims. Why don't we knock out a bird? Wait, 2 birds. That's how it goes, right? 2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah.
Well, what do you guys want to do? You want to go talk to the mayor?
Yeah.
Might as well, since
Might as well.
fucking spreading like wildfire.
Yeah, you started telling him, and I was like, okay, and now he's going to tell absolutely fucking everyone.
It's only been like 7 hours.
Bjorn is gonna kick his ass. Not really, though. He's like, I told you not to...
You guys make your way up to the Menhims Manor.
The men... No.
The Manor.
The Menhammer.
So you guys knock on the front door. You're very quickly admitted into the manor. And Osef Menhims kind of comes to the door, and he smiles and says, Fogfen Few, I heard a strange rumor.
Yeah.
How strange, sir.
Would you like to come inside?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
It'd be in everyone's best interest.
You guys are brought in. He pulls you through, and I think you go past Doriana's room, and you see her sitting on her bed.
Ulrich waves.
She kind of smiles and waves at you all a little bit, and the mayor is walking alongside you, and he glances over his shoulder and says, I want to say thank you, by the way, Mr. Revra. You've done a very good job with Doriana. You're basically all she talks about. She's been showing a lot of interest in the loot thing. You've been doing a really good job.
I'm glad that she's enjoying it so much.
And I think he kind of smiles and says, it really means a lot to me and my wife. Doriana's our only child, and we've never been able to have another. And well, I'd move mountains for her. So finding something that she's excited about really means a lot to me.
Well, I'm glad, really.
So, and he kind of brings you all into a lounge and sits down and says, can you tell me a little bit about this rumor?
We've been exploring the dungeon, and it goes much deeper than we thought it did, first of all. It's dangerous. I would not suggest that a lot of people go down there. You can get very hurt. But on the deepest floor that we've reached, we were led to the ghost of Otari.
The Otari. Otari Vashti.
The very same.
What was it like?
He's quite the charmer.
He's a very charming guy. He has been there for 500 years. Just waiting for somebody or something.
And I think he kind of sits back in his seat a little bit. And he asks something that clearly no one else in town has asked. Ghosts don't just happen. Usually it's because they have unfinished business. What is it that's causing Otari to stay here?
Well, vaults are quite the curious place. It's a symptom, you might say. Regardless of unfinished business or not. Otari is down there because he died in the vault.
And how can you make him move on? Because I'm sure that would be the kind thing to do.
About that? He's not the only one down there.
Therein lies the tricky part.
Yes.
Might this be related to why the gauntlet reactivated?
You know why the Roseguard were here in the first place, right?
Of course. I know exactly why my ancestor came here. And I'm very scared about what you're going to say next.
They thought that they had defeated her permanently.
And they did not, did they?
No. I don't think there's any way they could have possibly known. But things in that vault... we think, and so does Otari, that it is the same reason that Otari is still there. Some kind of failsafe in case she died.
Belcorra's spirit haunts the vault's den. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I think he goes very quiet. I think this is quite... I mean, you're basically telling him, right? Hey, just so you know, not only is the lover of your ancestor, his ghost still exists. But on top of that, so is the thing that your ancestor swore to slay.
Yeah.
Naturally, this is concerning for him.
Though she, exists down there, the job is finishable still.
And all you have to do is replicate the successes of the Roseguard.
Something like that?
We already promised Otari that we'd do everything in our power to stop her. And I'm promising you too. We'll stop her, Osif.
And how can we help? How can we, as the people of Otari, the town, help you help him? Because that's what I want to know.
That is something I wanted to discuss with you, actually. Otari mentioned artifacts that we could use to help breach the vaults more. He mentioned a brooch that Isafana had.
I think his eyebrows raise a little bit. Is that so?
He said that we would need the artifacts of all in the Roseguard to help us get closer to Belcorra. And the brooch was one of the pieces.
I think he kind of reclines a bit and says, half of the Menhaim's Manor is a publicly accessible museum. As I hope that you know, I hope that all of you have spent time to visit it and get to know the history of Otari. Which, Fiore and Ulrich, at the very least, you definitely went many times as children.
Yeah.
It was one of the first things Memhines did when he became mayor, like years upon years ago, was he said, this manor is too fucking big for one family. I'm going to make half of it a museum.
Oh, that's sweet.
And he kind of nods a little bit and says, a brooch belonging to my ancestors sounds like the kind of thing that we would keep. And that is something I will look for. I don't have it now, and I don't know where it is. But if you give us a few days, I'm certain we'll be able to find this.
Thank you.
Of course.
Fantastic.
I definitely appreciate that there's something I can do at least.
Of course.
Is there absolutely anything else I can do?
Hmm.
Have you managed to stop the gauntlet itself?
No. We haven't found the source of it yet. We know where it is, and how, like, we found it on I think each floor, but it just goes deeper and deeper.
How deep does it go?
We don't know.
We keep asking anytime we run across people that are willing to speak to us.
All right. As soon as you are able to find it, we'll give you that reward that we promised you.
Of course.
Other than that, I want to thank you all for your work, and he kind of furrows his brow and says, perhaps it would be wise not to tell people of Belcora's return.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Atari himself is an uncontrollable rumor. Thanks to someone. But Belcora should stay. Just between us.
Otari, his existence, it seems to have brought some cheer to the town. Not that they are happy that he is a ghost, but rather that of all the things to find in the dungeon, the spirit of the hero of the town is not as bad as it could be.
That's fair.
This is a positive.
I fear that perhaps this mood would sour if they knew what else lurked below.
Right.
I shall leave you to it for now. I appreciate everything you've done, and I will find this brooch that you have asked for.
Thank you.
I hope that you are able to get everything else that you need in due time.
We'll let you know if there's anything else that you can do to help us.
And he smiles appreciatively. And do you guys head out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think as they walk outside, Silk is turning to Fiore and he says, "You said inside the temple lies one of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since we've started one, why don't we start the other nearest by and can plan a trip to Absalom later?
Sure, we can go.
It's better to get it sooner than later."
That's fair.
So you guys return to the Dawnflower Temple. And Vandy meets with you fairly early. She seems surprised to see you here, Ulrich. I think she was expecting Silk at some point today, but not you necessarily. And she's like, "Oh, hello, all three of you."
Hi, Mama.
Hi, Fiore. How are you doing?
We're doing good. We actually, wanted to ask you something.
Yes, what is it?
You know the scimitar of... Well, actually, we should explain.
She narrows her eyes a little bit.
You know those... You know those rumors about the ghost of Atari?
Yes. Well, I had hoped you would tell me.
I'm sorry, I got distracted.
It's okay. I don't mind. It's just... I wasn't sure if it was true or not, so do tell.
Well, they're real. He is really a ghost down there.
And I don't know how to say this without sounding crass. He's not, and she makes like a few gestures, you know, like a...
No,
He's not
it's,
like,
it's not like that. He was very kind.
Because, Sarah and Reyes, she doesn't...
No, I know. Yeah.
It's not...
It's not a situation like that.
Okay, that's good. Very good even.
But
Well, what about them?
we're trying to help him. So we can move on, but also just because it is the right thing to do. And I think he, nervously explains the situation with Belcora.
She listens, and she doesn't even need to ask this time. That is very concerning to her.
But
okay.
we asked, and to get deeper into the vaults, we need relics from each of the Roseguard.
Aha.
We already have Otari's, it was with him. And, the mayor is looking for another. But...
I think she narrows her eyes as she realizes what you're saying. She's like, oh, you're looking to take the Rosa Aurea?
yes.
I mean, I'd like you to take it.
But
When do you need it? Well, it's just... And as you're saying this, a shadow suddenly looms behind you.
Oh.
And it's Rumina. She stands there and she's like, what are you going to do with my baby?
Well, I'm not...
That sword is ancient, Fiore. You cannot be taking it into battle.
I'm not gonna take it. I have my own.
I'm... And you'll Are you sure you need it? She says, visibly nervous.
God. If you want to ask Otari yourself, you can come with us.
What's this now? And Vandy waves hand like, I'll tell you later, honey, I just need to borrow it a little bit. Like, you already let the school take it? And says, yes, because they're children and they're not going to break it.
we don't need it right away if that's what you're afraid of. But we will be taking it down into the dungeon. Not to fight with.
For how long?
Until we do.
She looks like visibly anxious about the idea of it potentially being scratched.
That's a good question, isn't it?
It's...
Because children wielding it in a pretend play was already bad enough for my nerves, but the idea of you breaking the blade of the Rose Knight is... stressful.
Would it make you feel better if we told you that having it when we need it, would make sure that things like what happened during the Founders Fest never happen again? Remember that?
I mean, we didn't have any casualties during the Founders Festival. We can probably have... And Vandy's like...
Mom!
I'm sorry. It's just...
I could sell it harder. Silk looks at Fiora and Ulrich and is like, should I tell them about the,
You can tell. I mean, you could say whatever you want. I tell my parents everything.
Oh, you'll learn eventually then. Well, of course you remember what happened on Founders Day with the big blue light and everything. Imagine, stay with me, if that happened to all of Absalom.
Marina's face falls and she's like, there's no way out of this, is there?
No.
If I had... if we had
okay.
any other option, Mom, I promise I would tell you.
All right. If you can take the Rosa Aurea into the dungeon once, and only once, and you cannot scratch it.
Okay, I'm not gonna scratch it.
If you can, keep it in its sheets the entire time. Maybe we'll get you a replacement sheet. I don't want you damaging the actual sheet.
We'll do our best.
Look, there's... she this is the most nervous you've ever seen her. Vandy gently puts a hand on her side and says, I'll tuck some sense into her. But it's probably best you be careful with how much you can use it, okay?
Of course.
Is there anything else that you need? She darts her eyes over to you, Silk.
No. We're good.
She looks over Ulrich, she looks back at you, she makes a mental note of...
Silk is shaking his head.
Yeah, she makes a mental note of, and she keeps going.
Fiorai's like, oh, I think I left my lunch. I'm gonna get that, okay?
Okay.
He goes to get his lunch.
And he looks at you, Silk, again.
Why don't we wait for Fiore outside?
Sure.
And she looks as... Okay. Rumina, it's okay. And she's like... "Urgh." What do you guys do? What's going on?
As Silk's like walking away, and like he like makes sure that Ulrich is like not facing. He like turns around to the both of them and is like, "I'll come back later."
Silk, would you like to make me a stealth check?
Oh fuck. Okay.
The problem is Ulrich has like stupid high perception.
Uh-oh.
I wonder.
Oh.
A stealth or a deception check, both are good.
My deception's better, so I'll roll that. How's that?
Oh shit. Yeah, Silk, you do it. She fucking... You say this, and Ulrich, you are more just confused by why everyone's leaving so quickly.
Ulrich, Clueless is like, what the hell is going on?
Vandy nods at you, and it is completely missed by Ulrich.
Life is good.
Regardless, all of you leave the temple, knowing that you have 2 out of 3 of the relics more or less secured. Basically, when you come back from Absalom, you should be able to pick them all up and head back into the dungeon, you know?
Beautiful.
How are you guys doing?
Fiore's doing good. Once he's back, after he says goodbye to his parents, I think he's doing pretty okay right now.
Would you guys like to head back into the dungeon, or is there anything else you want to do in town? Because there are shops you can go to, there are people you can talk to.
The books. More Leblanc.
Oh my god, you want to go to the books? You want to
Yes.
fucking drop off these fucking
God,
fat
the
books you've been
book.
picking up?
Fuck. Yes, I
please.
do.
Fiore is like, I think they're walking and they're about to walk back in, and then Fiore's like, Silk, I am not carrying those books 1 more inch until we are taking them to Morlevent.
Yes! Ah! We get to see Maury.
Yeah, we can.
He's so
And I think
excited.
he grabs he grabs the books, and he's like, well, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
You guys make your way into Odd Stories. And Morlebin sees you enter, and he throws up his hands in disgust. Not you again!
Oh.
He shakes his fist.
Get ready to grovel at my heels, Maury.
Wait, okay. I was going to be catty and bitchy and etc., etc. Do you have the things you mentioned?
Oh, do I?
Do you
Yes.
have the thing?
I do. Well, Fiore does. I don't carry things.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Here. And Fiore does this.
His eyes widen, and he's like, "Oh my word! These are the most ancient books I've ever seen." Oh my god! Oh, and he starts going through them. Oh well, this is very esoteric. I've never even heard of this book. But this is nothing. This one's nothing. Take this back. I'm not going to bother paying for that one. But this
I'm
one,
grateful.
oh my god. Like, calc up how much book worth of books you had.
We had a lot, didn't we? We had like fucking.
You had a
8.
lot. I think,
It was
yeah,
like
I think
6
it
or 8
was.
bulk. Maybe more.
It was like an amount that had me like encumbered. I think on the way back, Fiore is literally encumbered.
Yeah.
Fury's like stomping back home, right? I think he glances through them. He does some quick calcs, and he nods his head and says, "Okay, all right. For all of this, I am willing to part with as 10 bulk."
Mm-hmm.
And I think he says, "For all of this, I'm willing to give 150 gold."
You're so beautiful.
I know. Gosh, these are some really good books, though. And he gingerly takes out a fat fucking bag of cash.
You're lucky I like you and I'm not bartering with you.
So that is gonna be 50 gold each.
I think. God damn it! Sorry, I was playing a mobile game. I think Fiore is like, we'll keep you posted if we find any more.
Mm-hmm. Stop.
Hmm?
He raises a hand before he can leave.
What?
Silk.
Yes?
What the hell is that?
What do you mean?
Don't what you mean me. I'm looking. Silk! He points at
What?
your fucking staff of necromancy. What are you doing with that?
Oh, this old thing.
This old thing, you say?
Don't tell me you've never seen a staff of human
Silk, it has
skulls.
human skulls on it.
I was gonna cover it up. It has.
Don't get me.
It is still there, Silk.
Don't get me
I can't take
started.
them off.
He looks at you, Ulrich, like, this guy? Really?
What? What do you mean?
Nothing. I forget I said anything.
Listen,
I have nothing
It's
but
got
respect for you.
powerful magic inside it that I can use deep down in the dungeon.
How about you don't go traipsing around with a bone staff? Sell it to me, and I'll trade it for one of my staves.
Which one?
I have a staff of elemental power if you want.
What's on it?
So fussy.
It has blazing bolt, resist energy, thunder strike, pummeling rubble, breed fire, and frostbite.
Do you have any others?
Yes, I have many others. Just don't go walking around with a staff with human skulls on it. It'll make people talk.
Oh, please. Don't be a baby.
I tried to tell him not to.
It's not a big deal.
It's unbecoming, Silk. It is!
He looks like he's gonna cry.
It is unbecoming, and you know this to be so.
Silk turns to Ulrich with a quivering lip.
Don't do that.
Do you think it's unbecoming?
Silk, it's unbecoming. Don't bully the poor man.
Is it unbecoming or not?
That's not kind, Silk.
I'm not kind.
You're nice to me.
Don't be... Yeah, you're nice to everyone. So, well, not me, obviously.
He puts the fucking staff on the desk. You bullied me out of it.
And you can keep it if you want, but I want to offer
clearly it's unbecoming of someone such as I.
Look, I have a staff of elemental power. I have a staff of summoning.
Give me the fucking staff.
Which staff? There's many. I have many
Whatever.
staves.
I don't care.
Well, now I don't want to.
Oh, is that the case?
Apparently so.
Apparently so. Then I will take my staff of human skulls elsewhere. Thank you. And he snatches it back up.
Ulrich is so confused.
I have a staff of metal. I have a...
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want it all of a sudden again? Are we changing
I'm
our
try-
minds?
Silk. Don't be fussy. Come on.
Maureen, I swear to God.
You'll get more use out of a staff of elements or a staff of control or something. Just, I don't see you summoning many skeletons.
Don't summon any skeletons.
That's half of what the staff... Okay. Okay. You're very funny, Silk.
I
You're
know.
a very funny man.
And pretty.
Yes, of course. If you don't want a staff, I can give you a grimoire. I have a few grimoires.
What's in them?
Let me see. And he pulls a few off the shelf. I have... Oh, I'm not giving you an Undertaker's Manifest.
Stingy.
Nor am I going to offer you a Festrum Mortu. Oh, he definitely doesn't have a Festrum Mortu. That's made of rotting meat.
Yeah, holy
oh, dear
shit.
lord.
I have the Architect's Pattern Book to help you build a house.
I'm not interested in that.
Well, it might be useful if you stayed overnight in the dungeon.
That may be true.
A Courtier's Pillow Book. It's a spell book that you can sleep on. Quite helpful. Otherwise, there's the staves again. I don't know. What do you want? I have wares. What do you want for my wares?
Just give me the stave of control.
The stave of control for... and he kind of flicks through the spells. That one has... It basically allows you some mental powers. Laughing Fit, Stupefy, Charm, Command, Daze, etc.
I already have days.
I mean, I have a librarian staff.
And that does.
Well, you can store books in it, or scrolls. Up to 50 texts worth of them. And when you use it, it can give you Comprehend Language, Timely Tutor, Share Lore, Quick Sort, Pocket Library, Approximate, and Read Aura.
Oh. Now that does sound useful.
If it means you'll... It's, and he takes it out, and it is like a knotted staff that is, like, wrapped in a long coiling scroll, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It'll help you more, I find, than the Staff of the Dead. Or you can keep the Staff of the Dead if you want. It's just I don't see you using Summon Undead.
No, I'd never. Fine. It still kind of like picks up the Staff of the Dead one last time. It's like, it's been real, old friend.
The Staff of the Undead hisses at you.
Ew. He puts it down.
Like, you hold it up and it goes like in your ear. You can hear just a and you're like
Yeah, give me the other one.
and he puts the librarian staff in your hands. And great work, Silk. And then just about as you're about to leave, says, "Wait, no, you as well, Ulrich. 1 second."
Okay.
This is more my husband's forte, but you do music, yes?
Yes.
I have a few things which may be interesting to you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what a coda instrument is?
Coda instrument.
You can make a bardic lore check, and it'd probably be a really low DC for you.
Chick.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. You know all about coda instruments. A coda instrument, when a wizard wields a staff, a bard wields a coda. Coda instruments are staves that are in the form of musical instruments. There are a couple of different kinds of... Basically, when you are wielding this coda instrument, you can use it like you would a staff, except you can also use it to play music. Hooray!
Okay.
Normally you're not allowed to attack with them, but I think, come on. It's an iconic part of your kit, so I will say most coda instruments you can use to attack.
Okay.
And he kind of sits and says, I have a couple of them in the back. My husband's more into the music than I am, so I don't know quite as much. But you play the lute, yes?
Yes, I do.
Well, what do you think of this? And he rummages and pulls out an entertainer's lute.
Oh.
This lustrous lute has a polished body that changes to show whatever decorations or carvings you find most appealing, or which best reinforce the story of the song you're currently playing. its frets are inlaid with mother of pearl. With its mix of enchantment and illusion magic, it's favored by many traveling minstrels. While playing the lute, you have a +1 item bonus to diplomacy and performance checks. And it will allow you to cast Bless, Ventriloquism, Infectious Enthusiasm, and if you get a very powerful version, which is very expensive, you have more versions later, but you can also upgrade the base one further down the line.
Okay.
The base one I can give you for 90 gold. I can give you a more rare one, but it will cost you, and he kind of scrunched up his face, about 400 gold.
Gosh, do I need to buy anything anytime soon? I could do the one for 90 gold.
All right. Well, here you go. Your new loot. And this is going to be an entertainer's loot. It will add more sheets, more spells to your sheet, which is excellent. And like I said, I will allow you to use it like a battle loot. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. As it touches your hand for the first time, Ulrich, what image does the loot immediately display on its front? What do you think is its default image that best represents you?
I think it's engraved pattern of ivy,
Ooh.
and I think there are gold accents on it.
That's very nice. That is very, very nice. And it feels right in your hand, you know?
Wow. Thank you, Roland.
He waves a hand and says, "Oh, think nothing of it. I'm glad I was able to help."
I think Ulrich just nods and thanks.
And he kind of gestures and says, "Good luck, adventurers. Tell the ghost of Atari I said hello."
We will.
Just telling you now, you have no chance.
If I so chose to.
Are you gonna pack up and move down into the dungeon?
No, I shan't, because I love my husband dearly. But if I was still on the market, I could get anyone I so chose.
Not this one. He's a ghost. Be real about it.
Okay, fair enough. I guess any relationship with one of those would be ephemeral at best. Yeah?
That's enough out of you.
Oh, get out of here.
Gladly, you old cat.
Be alright while he's walking out. He's like, "Thank you."
Thank you. Come again, Mr. Sunchaser.
Oh well.
You never tell me to come back.
Get out of here.
Fuck you. As soon as the door closes, Soka's like, I love him.
Do you now?
Yes, he's my best friend.
You like teasing him a lot.
He deserves it.
It's fair enough. Is there anywhere else that we need to go?
No. I don't think I have anywhere to go. Not right now.
What?
We could coordinate how we are going to be getting to Absalom. But we're not leaving today.
Well, I mean, we do still have to look through the rest of the dungeon. And I know I'd want to talk to Carmen at some point today. We don't have to plan that yet or anything.
No, we don't.
Do you guys want to head back into the dungeon for now? Or do you want to go talk to Carmen? Because you're not too far from Blazer Glades.
Silk and Arc to just fuck around.
Well,
You're literally on the road to it. You can just walk past it if you like. See what's up.
yeah, I think that... I mean, yeah, he wanted to check on him.
Fiore, you walk towards Blazer Glades, and you see that there's a lot of people around.
Mm-hmm.
But it's quieter today than normal. There's a distinct lack of loud macho yelling.
Huh. Fiore walks up to somebody and asks, hi, do you know what's going on?
A thick-bearded dwarf with really bushy eyebrows says, you didn't go in today,
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Right, sorry, what I said... sorry, what I said was he didn't come in today.
He didn't come in today.
Probably had a hangover, knowing him.
He puts his hands on his hands on his hips kind of fussily. And he's like, Thank you.
Sorry.
It's not your fault.
Okay, well, if you ever need anything, remember, Blades for Glades is the best blacksmith in Otari, run by a descendant of Volrajani herself. When he bothers show up.
Yeah. Fiore turns back and he goes, he didn't come in today.
Oh.
I think I forgot to tell you this, but he was out. I was headed home, right? Last night.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just drunk on the beach, staring at the temple.
What?
At the temple?
Yeah, the Dawnflower Temple. And
Where you live?
where I live. And the last time I came to... It was when, when my arm got really broken that one time that I got hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know. I looked back at him when I was leaving, and he had a really weird look on his face. Like, at me.
Huh.
And I'd been meaning to talk to him
Strange.
about it, but
That's really weird, Fiora.
I didn't want to bother anybody with it because it's not really that big a deal, I guess. But I don't know. I want to find him.
I would say it's not a big deal. Standing drunk outside of anyone's residence, regardless if it doubles as a temple or not, is not normal.
No.
That's scary.
We could ask around to see if anybody's seen him, but
I think that might be a good idea. I don't know. With the way he's seemingly been acting, I don't know if it'd be good to leave this alone.
plus I do know that the Evanwar told me that the results of the election came in, and it was the same as always.
Shocker.
Yep, okay. Yeah, okay.
Borbo peeks over your hat, by the way, Silk, and says,
That was rude.
Oh, hello, baby. Well, clearly Manheim's fun.
Is this good or bad?
This is very good.
It's good.
It's good.
Oh, good. That is good. Borbo is pleased.
Good, Bobo. I'm glad you understand. We don't like people, like, Carmen. To be in charge of such important things like towns. He's...
I have not met this Carmen, but I assume he is Bastard, Scourge of Earth. Son of Lady Dog. Yes?
Oh,
He-
my goodness, where'd you learn that?
He's just kind of an asshole.
Hot-headed, too loud.
Apparently he started a fight and got banned from the tavern.
A fight with who?
He tried to start a pub brawl. I didn't find out. I didn't really ask.
Oh my goodness.
You can ask Evanwar though, and he'll probably know more.
Oh, don't mind if I do. But it may be important to actually go check on him.
Yeah.
I'd hate for him to get too scary.
Yeah. Can we try and roll diplomacy to ask around to see if anybody's seen him and where?
yeah, sure. Okay, I think Fiore, you are very quickly able to find out where he's gone.
Fiore asks, and his eyes are all sparkly.
I think it's probably Galantine, the post lady.
Mm-hmm. Ah.
She's like, Karma gets real upset about whatever's going on in his life. He likes to go out hunting. I reckon that he's just taking the day off to go out into the woods and stalk some animals.
All right.
Makes him feel like a big man.
Sure it does.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, is this thing about Otari real, by the way?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
No
real.
way. That's mighty incredible. Is he like doing well, or?
As well as a ghost can be.
Bored out of his ephemeral
Yeah.
skull, but
He's not like,
No,
you know,
no.
like-
He's very sweet. He's very kind.
That's gonna. What's he like?
he's quite the kind person.
Charming.
Dead?
Of course he's dead.
She gives you a look, Silk. She puts her hands on her hips and shakes her head at you. Oh, you. But yeah, Carmen's out in the woods.
Yeah.
Well, the woods it is. Thank you.
Well, on the way to the dungeon. We can keep an eye out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you brought cards for him, right? Didn't you?
Oh, yes. He has a little pack of cards.
Wonderful.
Wait, what?
Oh, for Otari if they
For
pass
Otari.
if they see him.
Oh my god, that's cute. Sorry, I like that.
We talked about it last time.
I forgot. I
This fucking
taught
guy.
like you meant cards like greeting cards.
No. What?
That's funny.
Yeah, Silk brings a get well soon card.
So
He'd
true.
fucking kill you. Do you want to make a survival check to see if you see any sign of him on the way?
Absolutely.
I think all of you know that it is unlikely you'll be able to find him on the way. The fucking woods outside of Otari are pretty big. But if one of you rolls really well, you might come
I'll
across
roll
him.
just in case.
Sure, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case. You got a 1 in 20 chance, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be Ulrich.
I'm setting myself up for
Yeah,
hell.
it's gonna be Ulrich. Where's my survival? My +2.
Yeah, I think you all do look for like a little bit on the way. But no, there's no sign. You cannot find any trace of Rajani. He is out and about blowing off steam deeper into the forest. And if you went looking for him, it would take all day because the woods are a big place, right? You could go and spend a whole day looking for him, but the dungeon call.
The dungeon balls.
What do you guys do? Because you can. You have full control of the narrative. You can go seek him out, and that would be something you could accomplish. But time will pass.
Yeah. Well, do we blow off Otari or do we look for the guy?
Well, I can look for him later. Maybe he'll be headed home.
Maybe.
Plus, we have exploration to do.
We have quite a bit to do.
Well, let's get it out of the way.
So, when you go back into the dungeon, which way are you making your way into the dungeon? There are two entrances. The one you've been using around where you encountered the wolfman, or the one that was near the devil outpost.
The one where it connects to where we found Mr. Wolfman. That's closer to Otari.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they want to see him, so...
Okay. You guys retrace your steps and make your way back into the dungeon. You guys make your way down those creepy stairs. And as you do, I need Ulrich to make me a perception check.
Okay.
Ulrich, you make your way down the stairs, and unfortunately, you do not see it.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I guess I'm alone now.
As you walk down those stairs, Fiore, you lead the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you do see it, Ulrich, just a fraction too late to stop Fiore from walking beneath it. The runes on the walls. I need everyone to make me a
Penis check.
Penis
Ayo.
check!
a reflex save, please. As you are all walking down the stairs, Fiore, you step under a rune that has been carved into the ceiling, and it was not there before. Ulrich, you critically succeed on your check, so I think you kind of jump forward and you push Fiore out of the way slightly. He's still going to take some of it, but he's not saving completely. Silk, unfortunately, you do take some more of that damage. You do fail.
Fuck, I beef it.
And I think, unfortunately, Borbo has to make a save against this too.
Borbo!
No.
Don't you dare.
Because he's on your hat, and he's like, oh no! And that is a 21. He's also going to fail. Now this is bad because he's a puppet. What's your level? 5?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to take 5 extra damage from this.
Jeez.
And that is going to be 18 damage. 18 damage. So Silk, you're going to take 18. Fiora, you're going to take 9. Ulrich, you're going to take 0. And Dear Sweet Borbo is going to take 23, leaving him on 2 HP.
Oh my god.
The fire simmers, and Borbo lets out a shriek. No! Oh, Fiora, I think he does catch fire, and I do think, Silk, you have to, like, come on.
Yeah, panicked.
And I think that's gonna... You're good. I think you're good. How are you doing? He is rattling a little bit.
Silk is on his knees holding Borbo, looking through his book for something he can do to help him.
You know that you just have to repair him
Yeah,
with crafting.
he's just remembering how to do it.
Oh,
Bobo, baby, it'll be okay. You're okay, alright?
I was in fire.
I'm so sorry.
I don't like it. Oh.
Come here. Let me sew your arm back. We'll dust that soot off and you'll be good as new, okay?
This may be the end of Borbo.
No, it's not the end of Bobo. Absolutely not, I will not allow it.
And Silk starts to fucking try and repair him.
Yeah, make me a crafting check. You have quick repair, so you're able to do it, like, very fast.
Yes.
I think in 1 minute rather than 10.
I have a plus 13. Ooh. That's a 28.
Yeah. Does anyone want to help you with this? Does anyone want to try help assist Silk?
Ulrich can try.
Okay. Ulrich, how are you helping out?
I think Ulrich is actually like using any like cloth bandages that he has as like help in repairs. Like, do you need any of this?
Please, if you wouldn't mind.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, you are so kind. Cuff.
That you rolled crafting, and that is going to be a success, bringing up to a 29. Fiore, do you want to help out with repairing as well in any way?
19.
Okay, yeah, that will do it actually. Fiore, how do you help?
My mom taught me how to mend.
That'll work.
It's like it's very basic knowledge, like the kind of knowledge that you teach a child so that they can like sew together like broken or sew together like like ripped socks or something. Like it's not very like he does not know a lot, but he knows a little bit.
Okay.
He knows how to
and so
darn.
Basically
altogether that does push your roll, Silk, up to a critical success, which is going to do 48 plus 10 healing, which is going to do 27 healing. You repair him good as new over the matter of a minute. All 3 of you are able to really help out. 1 second. All 3 of you are really able to help out, and Borbo is looking spick and span.
Oh, my Borbo. And he like kind of holds Borbo up to his cheek.
How are you feeling?
Thank you. I did not like that very much whatsoever. It was most disconcerting.
I didn't like it either.
Thank you very much for taking care of poor sweet Borbo.
A wizard needs to look after his apprentice.
Yes, but I am not Mr. Ulrich or Mr. Fiore's apprentice. He is so kind, so sweet. Oh.
I want to do everything to help, Bobo.
But why was this rune here?
I don't know. This is the second time a trap like this has tripped me up.
Who's laying these down? At first I thought it was mushroom-eyed men, but they shouldn't be a worry anymore.
Well,
perhaps it's any leftover ghouls under Bollock.
Oh, you say that, and Borbo just freezes a little bit.
He pets Borbo.
He was fire. Do you think that Master Azinray knows I'm here?
I don't think so, Borbo. But
even if he did, all three of us would do everything in our power to protect you.
Oh.
I mean that.
I will also point out, Fiore, you took very little damage from that explosion at all because you do have fire resistance.
Yeah, Fiore's like slightly singed. And that's it. Like he's just kind of he's got like a one of those, you know, when you like accidentally touch like a pan for like a second, like that kind, like on his face, and it's already like he's already like healing it away.
Borbo looks and says,
perhaps if there is trap here, perhaps they know we are coming, and maybe they've laid traps in places we've already gone?
Then I guess we shouldn't go in the same directions every time.
where do you guys want to go?
Very carefully to Otari.
You guys make your way down. Very carefully. Do you have a way around this fucking jump over the water puzzle?
Silk's way over is jumping into either person's arms. That's it.
I think Fiore is like, maybe we should like build a tiny little bridge, like one of those makeshift bridges. Like he's talking about that while they're walking there.
Might be a solid idea, so that way we don't have to keep jumping.
You guys make your way down past the disposal pond. Alright, there's another trap.
Okay, hang on.
It is another rune. Now that you see it, it should be easy to erase.
Oh, God's above. Another rune.
Do you want to make me an occultism or nature check?
Nature is better by 1.
Okay. Just carefully wipe that thing out. Oh, easy peasy. Yeah. You see it, it's another fireball rune.
Oh, okay.
And you quickly just dispel it. Easy stuff. You're able to keep walking. And you make your way down to Otari's grotto. And as you approach, you see some stuff in the water.
Oh?
There's corpses in the water.
What?
Wait a minute.
Wearing very familiar brown tattered robes.
What?
There's librarians.
Oh.
A handful of ghoul cultists lie dead in the water.
The hell?
Otari?
You don't see him yet. You have to go back to a skeleton.
Fiore's like, I'm gonna jump in. Or walk in. You can cast whatever you want. Or you can have our carry. I'm getting it.
Vicky.
Yeah. Let's get you across.
He gets behind the wall of the cave, and he looks really smug with himself.
Silk looks happy.
Borbo looks confused. He doesn't know what's going on.
He's like, hmm?
Oh, Borbo's heard Silk's talkings about.
Okay, Borbo knows what's going on. Borbo looks very smug.
Yeah, Borbo knows.
You make your way back into the grotto, and rising from his bones comes the ghost of Otari Ilvashti. And he says, "Well, lads!
Hi.
I'm a very popular ghost today, it would seem."
Are you?
Yeah, you see him, right? Look at him, little bastard.
You had some visitors, didn't you? Busy boy.
I did. Sure, look, it's I don't think they knew I was here. We'll put it that way. They were busy putting up runes and stuff on the walls. I think they were maybe waiting for you lot, actually.
Yeah. We encountered one of their traps.
Yeah, oh.
It's fine.
Kalen's breeches, look at you. You've got a bit of a cinch going on.
It's fine.
And you back there, Mr. Witchhelm. You alright?
Silk casts Presto, so he looks perfect again.
Alright, never mind. My mistake.
He looks embarrassed.
So, what can I do you for, lads? How can the wisdom of the great ghost of Atari Elvashi, who has a town named after him, how can he help you today?
Well,
Don't let it get to your head.
we actually have something for you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Go on.
And he pulls out the pack of cards.
Ah, lads. Ah, you didn't?
Yeah.
You're gonna make me cry. I don't even have tear ducts anymore.
Oh, didn't want you to get bored.
Ah, Cadence breaches. Yeah, no, thank you very much. How long has it been since you left? A few months, or
It's been like a day.
right? Okay.
Goodness, you have some time issues.
I literally have not seen the sun in 500 years, lads. You can understand me being a little bit laggy, yeah?
I can get it. I'm just in awe of your internal clock.
Huh. Listen, these ghouls, I don't know if they're the only of their kind. I don't remember any ghouls back in my day, but they're here now. I get the feeling that there's something bad going on. I think they know you're here. This is the liveliest I've seen the dungeon in a minute. Not since the hooded one with the mask came in with his new apprentice.
New apprentice.
The what?
Yeah, I'm not really familiar with everyone who lives down here, but there's this wizard who lurks around here. I think he had something to do with Belcora before.
Yes.
Cranky little git, honestly.
If you don't mind me asking, was that before or after we came here?
Oh, way before. Okay. Probably a few hundred years. Or maybe a month, I don't know.
And you're saying he has an apprentice?
Well, that seems to be what he was saying to him.
Did you hear anything from the other person?
A lot of excited murmurings about learning magic. It was yes, mister, I will learn all this magic. I'm so excited. This place be scary, but yes, very good. You know, kind of like that.
In that exact accent?
Yeah, more or less.
What the hell?
He kind of sounded like a Kragadani, from Dwarven Mountains.
Oh, wait, what?
Wait, is that the sun?
Is it? Good question.
Fiore sort of pauses and says, "I'm sorry. Did you get any look at this person?"
I mean, it's not exactly I can't really leave the grotto, I'm bound here. But I can see a little bit, like, look, if he floats past, I think he floats through you. Ulrich and Silk, you feel Otari passing through you, and it's very...
Don't do that ever again.
But he kind of, peers out from the darkness beyond the grotto, and he says, yeah, so, basically, it was like,
Were they...
It was like he was giving the lad a little tour,
Were they...
They don't usually come down this way because they don't like, where's that hirsute fella gone?
Huh?
Yeah, the hairy bastard. Where'd he go?
He was a pretty bad guy. We had to capture him.
That's a serial killer.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. Are you friends?
You're kidding. No, obviously not. He's fucking eating mushrooms off the walls and howling to himself every once in a while. Is he a werewolf? I bet he's a werewolf.
Definitely. What do you mean? Is he a werewolf?
I didn't get a good look.
Oh, Tari.
Don't be mean to the...
well-traveled adventurer such as yourself. You can guess. Come on. Keep your wits about you.
But,
He looks at you, Ulrich, like, how do you put up with him?
Fiore sort of fidgets, and he's like, did they look like a dwarf?
Well, he sounded like it. It's the Kragadan accent, like...
Oh my god.
That's kind of how Zarmi spoke, so,
Okay.
Are you as well?
There's a missing person in the town, and we're a little worried about them being that person.
Oh. Well, that's probably fine. It sounded like he was having a grand time being a wizard and all that.
I hope so.
For the wrong person. There's a wrong way to be a wizard, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about this whole spellcast and stuff. You two, he puts the finger on your chest, Ulrich. You two are doing that magnificently. I'm sure you're doing it the right way. I know adventuring.
It's fair enough.
Sure.
Look, is there anything I can do for you, lads? Do you want any ghostly wisdom, Because I can give you plenty of ghostly wisdom. Like, travelers, heed my warning. Whence the milk turneth lumpy, do not partake.
Is that all?
It's good advice.
I suppose, but...
Listen, you be the ghost, Jesus.
Mr. Otari!
He kind of floats back over to his skeleton and says, how goes the relic quest? Did you pick up any more?
Well, I already knew where the scimitar was. I just don't have it right now because if it gets scratched, I think my mother may die.
That's no good.
So we don't have it at the moment, but we know where it is, and it's safe. Don't worry.
And the rose will be secured in a few days, hopefully. We've talked to the mayor.
The mayor?
Oh, yeah.
Aliens.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned. Oh my god, yeah, no, her family. Yeah, her family. What's he like?
Such a sweetheart.
He's a nice guy.
He's really kind. Definitely cares about the history of the town. Converted half the mansion to a museum dedicated to the history.
Maybe I can go there after all this.
I'm sure you would like it.
Look, I'll leave you to it, lads. You come back to me anytime you need any spooky advice, and keep me updated. And if any of you ever want to hang out and play some cards, he floats back over to his deck. Come get me. Yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And I think, smilingly, Otari vanishes back into the bones. Kind of make your way out. Ulrich, you emerge dripping wet again, fulfilling the destiny of Ulrich dampness.
So true.
Good. Thank God.
It's for the people.
For the people.
How fuck.
Well, it's a revelation that Volok has a new apprentice, and that apprentice is that motherfucker who went missing.
Months ago, has not been back.
Was named Lazda.
Lazda Venkervale, the previous caretaker of the Drunken Dragon.
Yeah, after they leave, Silk is like crossing his arms like, well, we know where the Venkervale kid is, most likely.
Yeah.
Of all the places and people to mix up with, though, like, why?
I'll never understand that kind of thing.
Yeah, this is also Fiora. You knew Lazda decently well. Dude's like 19, right? Of course, like, he has a really fucking... He's a dwarf, so he's got a big fucking beard and a big mustache, so he does look a little bit older.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't think he was a bad kid. Like, he was like... It was his first job in the Drunken Dragon, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't seem like an asshole.
Fiore kind of... he kind of fidgets and he's like, I knew him. Not really well, but I knew him.
And why would he be down here?
I don't know. He didn't seem like the kind of guy to get mixed up with this sort of thing.
No. At least he didn't get got by the wolfman like I thought he did.
Yeah, but...
How much better is Volok?
It worries me that anyone down here has been to the town a lot. It really, really worries me.
Yeah. Well, maybe by chance we can run into him and see if he's willing to come home and drop the silly apprenticeship.
God, I wish.
Let's just hope his, master isn't with him.
We'll handle him if he is.
Gods, let's hope.
So, where to? You can go back up the infinite staircase.
Well,
maybe not the best idea.
there was that other direction, the direction that we were going out, that we fought the werewolf in.
Yeah, down
There
the
was
tunnel.
a huge...
Because it led into a
Yeah.
huge open middle area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go through that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Woo! You guys shimmy up through that tunnel
Are we gonna
and
do that?
make your way back into the main room here. So the ceiling of this wide hall, as you enter it, it rises to a height of 25 feet, and there are stone sarcophagi carved with tormented, emaciated figures standing upright in alcoves along its walls. To the northeast, a 15-foot wide portion of the wall has crumbled away into a series of ledges that drops down into a cavern. That's where you just came from. Eerie blue lights glow to the north and south. The light to the south is brighter and constant, while the light to the north flickers softly. That walk to the south, you can see, it's almost like the stairs down become bathed in an awful glowing blue light. And that must be the thing that Otari spoke of. The ghost walk. The barrier that prevents undead creatures, well, the barrier that prevents living creatures from going deeper into the vault, but allows the undead to walk through unharmed. That is the barrier you will need to take down with the relics. To the north, however, there seems to be a chamber with a weird flickering blue light. Almost like there's something in here. Something sickly, right? What do you guys do?
Where do you want to go?
Did they investigate that blue piece of shit last time?
You have not investigated the blue piece of shit.
Well, why don't we just get this out of the way? And Silk
The one-
starts to walk towards that blue piece of shit.
The one to the north?
Yes.
Okay. You make your way up, and what you see, this vast octagonal chamber is mostly empty. The walls are carved and painted to resemble a sprawling graveyard, half sunken into a swampy morass, yet all the graves in the mural are open and empty. Carved images of shrieking ghosts parade upward and into the hungry pupil of a malevolent eye at the apex of this room, 30 feet above. A circular 15-foot diameter platform sits in the middle of the room, raised 3 feet off the surrounding floor. The platform supports an altar of stone, made of an irregular slab of rock marked by 7 deep indentations, almost as if a huge 7-fingered hand gripped the stone with enough force to leave grooves behind. Now and then, a faint blue light flickers and pulses inside one of these indentations. And Ulrich and Silk, with no effort whatsoever, you recognize that this is a shrine dedicated to Nimbalot, the outer god of despair, of ghosts, and of swamps.
Ah.
And almost as quickly as you enter, you see movement. Hands. Crawling hands scuttle out from underneath the altar. It's like they sense your life. And these hands, each with 7 fingers, begin to crawl out, flying towards you, hungrily. There's an alien terror to seeing these things which cannot communicate surge out like this. And as you do, panels on the walls shoot open, and flicker wisps, those strange hair-like wisps shoot out as well. A cacophony of enemies, crawling and twisting, make their way through the air towards you all. And Fiore, Silk, and Ulrich, you have just enough time to ready yourselves before these monsters surge out and try to choke the life out of you for daring to enter the Temple of Nimbalot. This episode of Dice Will Roll would not have been possible without the support of our patrons. Y3A, Horrorfan 546, Lightning Scar, Dr. Caesar MD, A Potato, Derpy Gamer, Quinlan Boss, Princess Alavi, Emily is Gay, Dexton, Meowmai, Abigail Wallet, Knight the Werewolf Teacher, Ashley, Actually a Bot, Violet, Kyle Damon, Soul Grease Lobo, Phoebe Jeeves, Daisy Gilliam, Lux Rexus, Tony Saunders, Mita, Arave, Belcora Baby Girl, Ferric Falcon, Luis Loza, Aries, Alexander Crizzle, May Cohen, Skyly, Generally Tricked, Transgirl Trish, Baal Punyon, Matthew Wilson Krasnevich, Tillen Shark, Gutch HD, Jay Snooks, Jonathan Love, G Barbera, Luke, Gideon, Simon Strange, Seth, Kira, Lichalope, Gizmo, Cass, Fable McElduff, Ava, Rem T. Bright, Lonesome Chunk, Steph, Sean C., Natasha Lumley, Rhiannon C., Ellie, Jenna Mitchell, Kane Kendrick, Sky Evangeline, Triceratops, Anna Maria, Jordan, Emily Laderna, John the Bookhoarder, SX66 Seeker, and Dame Value III. Special thanks to today's Patreon cameo, Simon B. Strange, who submitted Esri Longturner, the Dromar Lumberbutch. If you'd like to see what you can get for helping us keep it rolling, check out patreon.com/dicewillroll today.